Hi everyone. Very good evening and welcome all to this session on Ask Me Anything About NPAT examination. So you guys can start pouring in your questions. I am sure you all know that for this year, the NPAT is going to be conducted in two phases, right? And the strategy would change. There will be a lot of students who will be confused about what they should be doing, what they should not be doing, what are the parameters for IPM programs. Any question, any doubt that you have with respect to NMIMS, NPAT examination, you can ask your query here, and I am live to answer all your questions. Oh, we have first question. We have two questions, in fact. When will the slot booking for phase two, that is it 23rd March? Uh, no, the slot booking for phase two is not going to start from 23rd of March. It is going to start from 31st of March because the slot two is exam will start from 1st of April. Okay. We have the next question. What has been the feedback on the center at Sakinaka based on students who gave the entrance so far? So we haven't got any negative feedback as such about the Sakinaka Center, which is in Mumbai, for all of you who are not aware of. So we haven't received any negative feedback or any wrong feedback. So it is good to go. It is the centers is good so far, so good. What is the cutoff for BMM and BBA finance? Okay, so let me share the screen for everyone where you will get the cutoff data. Okay, so for NMIMS Mumbai, if we talk about first is BMM and BBA Finance. Okay, so for BBMM, the cutoff last year was approximately 3,600 rank. Now I will translate this to the score also. Okay, but this is the approximate rank of BBMM program and not so 3,600 is not the rank of all the students who have applied to NMIMS. 3,600 is the rank for all those students who have applied to a BBMM program. And similarly for BBA, the topic was BBA Finance Rise or BBA Fintech. BBA Finance. Okay, so let me check BBA Finance. BBA Finance, the cutoff was 210 rank. So when we have said approximately, because this was the last rank at which IMS student got in. So probably you can say that maybe a couple of few ranks above that. Now, if you have to translate this into your scores, like how much should you be scoring? Okay, how much you should be scoring in NMIM in the NPAT test? Firstly, NMIMS never disclosed the NPAT score. They always give you NPAT rank. But over last so many years, IMS has tracked the performance of their student and how much they have been scoring in their exam in the IMS sim test, sim NPAT, and if they are able to convert in the actual exam. So I'm just going to give you a correlation there. For a BBMM program, any score which is more than 58, 59 is considered to be a good score to get your admission into BBMM program. And for BBA finance program, the same score will be around 62 to 63 marks. This I was talking about NMI, the IMS mock. Okay, not the actual exam because we don't know how the actual exam mark, the scores are. So I'm not going to take any question which is not related to NMIMS. I have one question with respect to IIM Bangalore. Let's avoid here. Okay, if we register for only one attempt in phase one, but afterward I realize that I want to give two attempt in phase one, would I be able to edit it? Yes, Sham, you will definitely be able to do that. So we recommend student, we advise student to book only for one slot, for one attempt. If you feel that you want to write second, and if you feel that if you want to write third, then go and pay the fee for second and the third attempt also. Don't block your money in the beginning itself. Okay. Is it okay if I haven't prepared for NPAT phase one? Absolutely, Sayyam, is that's absolutely fine. I mean, your focus should be in phase two in that case, right? Don't waste your money in phase one if you feel that you aren't prepared at all. NMIMS or Christ regarding only college aspect. So if we consider the uh, college aspect, so there are few things. One is the brand of the college. NMIMS is better. If you feel the discipline and everything, the Christ is better. If you look at the pedagogy and if you look at the faculty and the and all the other aspects, the NMIMS will always have an upper hand. By the way, I had made a long video on comparing NMIMS, symbiosis, and Christ. In case if you are interested, Arav, you can watch the entire video. That will be around 7 to 8 or 7 to 9 odd minutes video. That will give you a better picture about all the three colleges comparing it, right? Important topic to study for NPAT. Okay, so Harshit, important topic. I'll just give you a gist of important topic. Again, I have made the long video on how to crack NPAT. Okay, so that will have everything, all details and everything. Okay, but just to summarize, if you talk about English, they will test you everything, whether it is RC, parajumble, synonyms, antonyms, analogies, substitutions. They will test everything. Coming to mathematics, coming to quantitative reasoning, they generally test you on numbers and arithmetic a lot, more than the higher difficulty level question. They do ask question based on statistics, then trigonometry, permutation, combination, and probability, which are from modern maths. They will definitely ask you these questions. Logarithm you can avoid. Functions and graphs and inequality you can probably avoid. So again, if I have to summarize, trigonometry, statistics, then permutation, combination, probability. Okay. In function, a typical question, the direct rule of, the direct formula, the theorem that we have taught in function with respect to how can you get the answer orally. Okay. And maybe the inverse function wala question, the composite function, very basic direct question that they are not very complicated, recursive function and everything. They don't test you on that. Okay. And arithmetic and numbers, that is something that they test you. In geometry, they will test you on coordinate geometry A and on mensuration. Hardly they test the properties of triangle, circle, quadrilateral. Mensuration is something that the area, perimeter wala thing, and coordinate geometry is something that they test you upon. Okay. Okay, coming to the logical reasoning, data interpretation, it's calculation based. There is no rule based, or it is not a gamified game or anything. It is direct calculation. Bar graph, line chart, pie chart, or tabular data will be given, and you're supposed to calculate for every different question. Moving on to logical reasoning, again they test you everything, whether it is syllogism, verbal reasoning, or it is circular, linear arrangement, or it is matrix arrangement. It is coding, decoding. They also test you on visual reasoning. Around 6 to 8 questions, 5 to 8 questions on visual reasoning are tested. So almost every area gets covered. This year we have heard that they are not testing students on clocks and calendars, cubes and dice. However, earlier last year they used to test on clocks, calendar, cubes and dice. Okay. What should be the strategy for NPAT? Okay. So because NPAT is like a T20 game, you have 100 minutes and you have 120 questions to be attempted, no negative marking, which means you are supposed to attempt everything. So strategy is very simple. Like T20, you will start on an aggressive mode. Attempt English first, because 40 questions of English, generally student keeps on telling us that they are able to complete in 20 to 25 minutes. Okay. If you are a good student, probably 20 minutes, an average student 25, 26. If you are really poor at English, probably it might take more time. But NMIMS, generally students out of 40 marks, they score 25 plus. Is an easy to score 25 plus in English. Students score 33, 34, 35 also in English out of 40 marks. So let's say even if you score 25 or a 28, let's say 25 on a safer side, on a worst case, 25 in 25 minutes, you will not be able to score those 25 marks in 25 minutes in logical reasoning or in quantitative reasoning section. Correct? So start with English, then move on to logical reasoning. Let's say you have spent half an hour. I have given you the maximum time that you can spend is half an hour, 30 minutes, and you scored 25 marks. Now spend another around, let's say around 40, 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, and attempt entire logical reasoning. You attempt 40 questions. Generally student get 28 to 30 is considered to be fairly above score that a student get. Okay, generally to average score is around 32 to 33 marks. That's an average. 28 plus 28, 29, 30 is the good score. Even if I consider the worst score, 25 plus 28 gives me 53 marks. So 53 is the worst that I have scored in 30 minutes and 15, 80 minutes. Now I have another 20 minutes to go. Correct. In 20 minutes of cont, you have to try and figure out those 8 to 10 questions that you can attempt in a minute or two. Okay, and let's say you get 10 marks in those 18 minutes, 17 18 minutes. 53 plus 10 will give you 63 marks, and the remaining 30 question, even if you bluff everything, okay, out of 30 question you will get at least 6 to 8 correct. Okay, even if you get 6 7 correct, you reach 69 70 marks. Anything which is more than 68 or a 69 in an IMS mock, BBA is a good, I mean, you should get a BBA NMIMS Mumbai campus. Okay, that's what we have seen over last so many years. Now, if you look at it, I have taken the worst case possibility. I have given you 30 minutes. I have considered only 25 marks in English. I have considered only 28 marks in logical reasoning, and I have given you 50 minutes for that. Correct? Ideally, you will spend 25 minutes in English. You will spend, let's say, around 45 minutes. So you save 10 minutes there. And maybe around 2 3 marks you score more in English, 2 3 marks more in logical reasoning. So maybe you reach at around 74 75 mark, and you have 10 more minutes, right? So 10 more minutes will give you at least 4 to 5 more questions in cont, correct? So it's a good chance for you to reach 75 to 77, 78 marks is a good, I mean, a good prepared student with a proper strategy that I have mentioned, you should be able to get that much mark. Now, the point is it enough to get into an IPM program? No. IPM program we recommend students because you need to be in top 300 as per last year list. So to get into an IBM program, the recommended strategy is, I mean, the cutoff is anything more than 81, 82 marks is a good score, which means you need to be well prepared. Correct? Which means you will easily be able to attempt English in 23 to 25 minutes, probably logical reasoning in 40, 45 minutes, and you will have around 35 minutes for con. In 35 minutes, you will be able to attempt around 20, 22 questions. If you're a good prepared student, obviously, this is how your attempt would go like. Okay, so start with English, move to logical reasoning, and then keep count at the end. But make sure that if you are not able to get any question, you will not have enough, you will not have time to come back because there are 120 questions. So if you don't know, try to eliminate the options and bluff and move ahead. Okay, that should be the strategy, Lena, for NPAT. Coming to next question, what will be the cutoff for BBA Mumbai in phase one? Sayyam, it's very difficult to predict because first we don't even know that how many seats are going to be there in the phase one. Correct? So we don't know how many seats are going to be there in phase one, how many seats in phase two. It's very difficult to predict. But as I said, anything which is 68 plus, 70 plus in an IMS mock is definitely a very good safe score to get into a BBA campus. Uh, Then Sayam Datani, I think I have answered your question, right? Uh, I think I have answered. Guys, I will, there are many questions. So, just give me time. I'm reading every question one by one. Don't type your question and again and again. Okay. I'll just read out every question and explain to everyone. Yeah. Uh, if we register, okay, I have answered this. Other question in the IMS workbook for IPMAT, same difficulty for NPAT. So Navya, so in the IMS workbook, there are two variation. One is the regular chapter, the next is IPM chapters. Okay, if you are using the purple color book, there will be an IPM chapters, which means those are meant for IIM Indore, IIM Bangalore, IIM Kozhikode. If you are using the maroon color book, then everything which is there in that book, they does not have an IPM chapters. If only the regular BBA chapters are there, and that is the difficulty level of the NMIMS exam. So don't worry about it. Okay. Neha, okay, great. How much should we aim to get into BSc Finance? If you are an IMS student, anything which is 74, 75 plus in an IMS mock is a very good safe score to get into NMIMS BSc Finance Mumbai campus. Important topic to study for NPAT. I answered this. How much should we aim to get BSc Finance Mumbai campus? I just answered. Will I be able to prepare for NPAT in 25 days? A month. So, with the strategy that I have mentioned, and if you're smart enough to select the topic in maths, कि यार I need to focus on this 10 12 topics. Most of the questions, 50% of paper is from this 10 12 topics, you know, and just go and attempt those topics in quant section, because LR in English can easily be managed. Okay, it's the game changer will be quant. So just focus on those 10 to 12 important topics for quant in NPAT, and I think you should be able to clear it. How should we select the preference of the college? Okay, so okay, uh, preference of the college. So it will, it's a personal choice. Okay, I mean, if you want to do BBA, obviously you will prefer BBA over anything else. So, okay, so I think the question he wants, I mean, this person wanted to ask me is, uh, so under the School of Commerce, there are five different programs, right? So let's say under the School of Commerce, your first preference is BBA, your second preference is BSc Finance, and your third preference is IPM program. Okay. Uh, if you put BSc Finance first and BBA second, and if you get BSc Finance, then they will not give you BBA, even though your preference was that, because your in the list you have put first preference as BSc Finance. So you have to select the order of the preference list while filling up the preferences. Your order list should be the order in which you want to apply to the preference wise. Okay. Among the colleges there is no preference, so you will get one admit from the School of Commerce, you will get admit from school of you from every, let's say you apply to all the different schools of NMIMS, you will get admit from all the schools in the first preferred program. Okay. How to start preparing for NPAT except giving sim NPAT? So Yashvi, if you heard me, I gave you the list of topics which are important for NPAT in logical reasoning and in quantitative reasoning. In vocabulary, they test you in everything. So you need to focus on vocabulary, grammar a bit, because those are scoring and you cannot tend to lose marks in vocabulary and grammar. Okay. So practice that. Logical reasoning may try to improve your speed in visual reasoning, in coding, decoding, number series, data sufficiency. These are a tricky topic. Time, it might take time if you have not practiced this enough. So practice this 4 or 5 topics thoroughly. I'm assuming linear circular arrangement and matrix arrangement and everything, you are good at it. So the topic again, I would say visual reasoning, data sufficiency, then syllogism, coding, decoding, and number series. Okay, these are the 5 topics. Verbal reasoning. These 5, 6 topics you should be practicing enough so that you don't lose out on 2, 3 marks in marking wrong answer or spending more time and hence attempting the lesser number of questions. And in quant, focus on permutation, combination, probability, statistics, trigonometry, arithmetic, and numbers. These are the topics that, out of 40 questions, you can expect around at least around 12 to 14 questions you can expect from this area. So, and then there will be data interpretation set. So 20 questions should be a fair enough deal, even if you do this much. Okay. So start doing this. Once you're done with this, then move on to the remaining chapters which are important for NPAT. Can I apply for multiple school in single application form? Yes, Devers, you can apply to multiple schools. So while selecting the school preference, they ask you to select the preference school wise. So you can definitely do that. Most important topic for NPAT math, especially Mohammed, I just answered. How many attempts should we write in phase one? Phase one, you should write only one attempt, Alistair, not more than that. I am an IB student. The maths is completely different. How can I prepare by March 38? I am used to using calculator. So Navya, there is no, there are so many IB students who appear for it, correct? And so many students also get in. The advantage that you have is your English, the IB student English and logical reasoning is pretty good. So try to maximize, maybe out of 80, try to get around 64, 63 to 65 marks in English and logical reasoning. And since you told that, you are used to calculator, the IB students, the students are good at functions, permutation, probability, trigonometry you have learned. Arithmetic is something that you need calculator numbers. There is no need of calculator numbers. So probably arithmetic question you can keep for the end. There are remaining topics where the calculator is not required. Your presence of mind, your aptitude, and your reasoning skills are required. I think you should focus on those topics where you are good at it and that you have learned in IB. Okay. And over a period of time, maybe 5 minutes a day, do some speed calculation like multiplication, calculating percentages, reciprocals, and orally adding, subtracting numbers. Basically, multiplication, division, not division, multiplication and percentage calculation are the two most important thing that you need to be practicing on a. Even if you practice for 5 minutes every day, I think in a month's time you should be able to do without calculator. Uh, so the last four NPAT mock, like 9, 10, 11, 12, semi NPAT, are exactly on the line of the ones that we are getting in the actual exam. So you can just refer to those mocks. Yeah. Uh, Shaista, NMIMS, never disclosed the previous year, I mean, the actual exams question paper. So we don't have the past exam papers. For phase two, does the form need to be filled again? Sir, what payment are you talking about? We have made a single payment at the time of choosing attempts in the form. Is it there additional payment? So, like if you have selected two attempt or three attempt initially while filling up the form, then your all the payments were taken in the beginning itself. You don't need to pay it again. Okay. But most of the student or some of the student, what they do is they make payment only for one attempt. Now, when they want to make attempt, they want to attempt second time, they make the payment for the second attempt. They want to make third attempt, they make the payment for the third attempt. So that's how it goes. Either you make the payment in the first attempt in the first go itself, or you can make the payment as and when you uh, register for the second and third attempt. What kind of statistics questions are asked? So they ask you questions based on variance, standard deviation, calculating the mean of, with the frequency table and everything. These are the typical questions. All the questions are covered in the statistics chapter of the Modern Maths IMS booklet. Okay. How to improve visual reasoning? So visual reasoning, there are few things that you need to understand: how water image, mirror image, how the movement of the object. So there are few concepts which are there. Apart from that, it is only and only practice. There is no other rule to improve visual reasoning. Is it what to give BBM or integrated course as a course fee is too high comparison to the package? See, BBM, the course fee is not very high sorry, integrated BBA, the course fee is not very high as compared to BBMM. Uh, Integrated BBA can be considered. Coming to BBMM, even though the course fees is high, you look at it as a way that the kind of learning that you are going to get. And if you feel that, if you want to do a marketing for, if you know that you want to make a career in marketing, then rather than doing a BBA, if you do a BBMM, it teach you marketing for 3 years. In BBA, you will do a generic in the first three semester, and then from the fourth semester onward, you will start selecting your electives. Right? So it's not a bad program. I understand the ROI is not that great, but then the program have been started like around 4 5 years back, and if you look at the placement year on year, it is growing. So when you graduate after 3 years, you never know what could be the placement in that year. So many of my seniors said that you need to give additional donation. No, absolutely not. That's not true at all. How to improve trigonometry and calculative questions? Trigonometry, uh, you need to remember the formulas and the conversion rules and various expansion and expansion formulas, and then start solving it, applying it. There is no other way. Also, I am sure all of you are going to attend the last mile to BBA session, because that is where we solve the NMIMS quant section and the IPMET Indore quant section. There are many questions in the NMIMS quant section which can be solved within a minute. If you don't know tricks to solve it, then probably you might spend 2.5, 3 minutes also. So don't forget to attend the last mile to BBA session. That's very important. I wrote the test last week, but almost 8 questions were from Trigo and I am from applied maths. How should I learn Trigo? Uh, there is no shortcut, Dhruv. That's what I said. There is no shortcut to learn Trigo. You'll have to remember the formulas and everything, and you'll have to solve questions, probably solve 10, 15 questions on a daily basis to improve your accuracy in Trigo. How much can I score with 20, 30 days? So Rajdeep, I have seen student every year. So last year I had a student who joined IMS in a crash course and got an all India rank of 98 in the NPAT mock, in the actual NPAT exam. So that's very much possible, okay, with the strategy that I mentioned and obviously with your aptitude. I cannot take away the aptitude of a student. That is with you. Your aptitude cannot be changed drastically overnight in 30 days. There has to be some basic level of aptitude required to crack the exam in a month's time. How to prepare in next 10 days and topics to keep in mind. So next 10 days, I recommend you to write at least three mocks, two to three same NPAT. And the topics in quant and the logical reasoning that I mentioned sometime back, just focus on those topics, and I think you should be able to improve your speed and accuracy in those topics. I am scoring 80, 83 in NPAT mock, but my first attempt went very bad. My second attempt is on 24th March. What do I do? So glory, probably we can connect separately. Need to understand what went wrong. Maybe because it was an actual exam pressure, it went wrong. I don't know. So I don't think I'll be able to comment on how should you go in the second attempt. What is the cutoff to get into Mumbai campus for IPM course? The top 300 rank generally gets in. We suggest to score 82, 83 plus in the NPAT exam to get into the IIM Mumbai IPM program. Uh, Is it necessary to give phase one or we can directly give phase two? You can write directly phase two and you can write two attempt, three attempt in phase two directly. There's no issue at all. Cutoff for BSc Finance. So, Saista cutoff for BSc Finance, we discussed anything which is more than 70 or 75 in an IMS mock will be a safe score. Cutoff for BSc Economics, again, BSc Finance and BSc Economics more or less are similar. Maybe BSc Economics is maybe 1 or 2 marks more than BSc Finance, but more or less on the similar line. So my class 12 maths is mediocre. Would I face difficulty in BSc Economics? You will not face difficulty in BSc Economics, but you would face difficulty in BSc Finance. BSc Economics, you might face slight difficulty because maths is, you know, it goes hand in hand with BSc Economics. Not very hardcore, but yeah, you need to be above average in maths. You cannot say that I'm bad at maths. Expected cutoff for NMIMS Ahmedabad. Bhavika, this is the first year that NMIMS Ahmedabad will have they will have the program. So we don't have the past year data, so it's difficult to predict. Sir, if my second preference is BBA and the third preference is BBA FinTech, and the cutoff for BBA FinTech is higher, will I still be able to make to BBA FinTech instead of BBA? So let's say you scored 74 marks. If your second preference is BBA and third preference is BBA FinTech, if you are getting BBA, they will not allot you BBA FinTech. I hope uh, my answer was very clear. BSc Eco curriculum would be how much maths heavy? Yes, it will have maths definitely. Not very heavy, but you cannot avoid maths if you want to study BSc Eco. Is there any additional fees for selecting courses from different school? So if you want to apply to different school, there's an additional fee. But if you want to apply to multiple programs in the same college, you don't need to pay separately. If my second preference is BBA and third preference, I answered this. Earlier, the strategy being suggested by IMS in all previous live session was two attempt in phase one. Why has the strategy now changed to annoy one attempt in phase one? Is there a reasoning? So earlier there was no phase one, phase two. Okay, there was only one phase. You write the attempt, that's it. So I don't know where did you get this, because whenever from the day when this phase one, phase two announcement was made, how many videos I have made, I have clearly said that you should write one attempt in phase one and try to attempt two attempt in phase two when you are much more prepared. You mentioned 70 plus in IMS mock is a good score for NMAS Mumbai campus. Can you specify good score for NMAS Mumbai main campus? It's about main campus. Okay, when I'm talking about Mumbai campus, it's main campus. The another campus is the Navi Mumbai campus, and it is not the main campus. It's not a Mumbai campus, it is Navi Mumbai campus, right? Where can I get IMS mocks? So, I mean, if you're an IMS student, you will find it on the student login. If you're not an IMS student, you can log in to imsindia.com and you can purchase the test series, the NPAT test series. Yeah. Good score to get for BSc Finance and BSc Economics 74, 75 plus in an IMS mock is considered to be a good score. Uh, there is no Dhairya, they haven't mentioned anything about how many seats are available in phase one, so can't comment anything. Should we solve last year? So the previous year's Hriday, previous year's NMIMS papers are not available. NMIMS never disclosed, they never gave the paper of actual exam. So we don't know it, right? I have chosen to attempt. I want to take second attempt in phase two. When can I choose my date for that? Uh, I mean, when can I choose? It's so, I mean, I think you will be the better person to know when to choose a date because it will depend upon when you are much prepared, right? Uh, if I have to give a generic answer, probably one attempt in May, maybe around mid-May, and the third attempt maybe around the third week of, sorry, in the mid-April, and then probably the third attempt in the third week of May. Uh, I have chosen two attempt. Huh. Saista, you can also take the third attempt later on if you wish to. Which IMS module emphasize more? So there is no particular module. There are topics that you need to focus on. Okay, permutation, combination, probability, trigonometry, statistics, arithmetic, numbers. Right. So these are the topics that you need to more emphasize on when it comes to maths. Cutoff for BSc Eco is only 61 as revealed as related to higher score for BSc Finance and BBA. So does that mean that the course isn't as good as two other? No, see Shailaja, you need to understand that for BSc Finance and for BSc Economics, not many students opt for studying economics. So only those who are interested in the study of economics will apply. So the number of students who apply to economics is always a smaller pool, right? So obviously the cutoff will be different and numerically it will be lower, correct? We haven't gotten any info about the last mile session yet. You will get the information on that soon. We will be doing it offline at centers and we will also be doing online once for all India students. How much I need to score to get accepted in the liberal study? Anything around 60 marks is considered to be a good score for liberal study. Sir, in currently getting 70 to 78 and IMS mocks, having NPAT on 17 March, how do I improve in the last mile? So whoever, I mean, the name, okay. So whoever it is, again, without knowing your mistakes and how do you attempt, it's difficult to comment how to, because you're anyway scoring in the range of 75 plus, around in that range, right? Now the incremental will be a smart strategy decision. It won't be if someone is scoring 50 by 60, I can tell you what you should be doing. But if you are anyway scoring around 75, it's all depend upon the strategy that you apply. Probably need to change the strategy or try to focus on couple of areas to improve your accuracy, right? Uh, Sorry, just a minute. Yeah. What is the review of student and teacher about this year's exam and any major changes in the difficulty in the paper pattern? Sorry, just a minute. Allow me to drink a water, guys. Yeah. So the review of the students and teachers about this exam and the major change. So there is no change in the difficulty because one of the IMS mentor has also he appeared for the exam last year. He appeared for the exam this year also. So over the paper, there is no difficulty change in last year and this year. Okay. Except for this year, there have been couple of questions where there were only three options and some of the question had five options. Otherwise, the type of question and everything remains the same. Please share some light on liberal study. I don't know what light you want on liberal study. The cutoff I have already mentioned. Can you repeat the important topics for the three subjects? I think probably you can go back and check it. I have repeated almost twice now. Strategy for NPAT is already discussed. So BBA FinTech also math heavy. Yes, it's slightly math heavy. If we get into IPM program, can we drop out of 3 years? Yes, Chitra, you can definitely opt out of 3 years. That's what they have mentioned on their brochure and their website. How to improve score in IMS mocks? Again, it's a very personal question. Depending upon how much you are scoring, it all depends on that, right? Anything with respect to increasing your mock, only a mentor who has seen you preparing and probably can check your performance in 2, 3 mocks. Only then we are able to comment. If I comment right now, uh, everything will be based on the guesswork, and which probably won't work for you. I'm preparing for NPAT. Can I clear if I start from scratch and give my all in it, sir? Please, it's a humble request to provide me the best strategy to roadmap for clear IPMAT and not prepared. Rohan, probably we can connect separately and discuss this because again, as I said, the strategy for individual will differ for every student because when did you start it, how much you are prepared, and how much you are scoring. It all depends on that. Is it possible to crack NMIMS Mumbai for a BBA if we start prepare now? Yes. Last year I had a student scoring All India rank of 98 and that student joined a crash course. I only have 50 days left. It's possible, Rohan. That's very 50 days is more than sufficient. For integrated BBA Mumbai campus, good score is 80 plus. In IMS mock, right? BBA, integrated BBA, yes. In IMS mock, 82 to 83 plus is considered to be a good score. What is the good score for BBA general in Mumbai campus? Anything in the range of 68 to 70 plus in an IMS mock is considered to be a good score. Strategy for next 20 days, 20-25 days. Campus, I think we have discussed this. What is the good score for BBA general? I answered. Why very less number of kids prefer BSc Eco? Future perspective. See, Dhruv, why so much less student? Because it is stream specific. See, BBA is a generalized program. Even if you look at BSc Finance, very less student will opt for BSc Finance, very less student for BSc, and for economics again, very less student for BSc Economics because not everyone like economics. Two, not everyone understand the importance of economics right now at this age. Okay, and three, uh, probably most of them are not able to connect economics with the real world, how it will help them in whether it is finance, marketing, or HR going further. So there are so many things to it. Which section should we attempt first? I have already answered this, Imad. It has to be English first, reasoning second, and count third to maximize. So that was the first question we started with. Probably you can go back and understand why did I mention I did the calculation. I spoke almost for 2-3 minutes on that particular question, explaining how you will be able to score high if you go in that order. Uh, So how can I contact you? Probably you can, connect with your IMS mentor and ask him to ask the mentor to get you, have a meeting with me. That's possible. I'll not be able to share my number or email ID on this open platform. I don't know to spam it, but you can get in touch with the IMS mentor and ask them to get them, connected. Is liberal arts a good degree to choose? Absolutely. Why not? I mean, it's so many colleges coming with liberal art and liberal study program. It is one of the, I would say, a degree which is flourishing in India. So many colleges starting the liberal study program. And not only colleges, so there are so many students who are opting for it because you have choice to study what you want to, right? So you can study finance and economics, you can study finance and statistics, you can study whatever you want to, whatever you wish to. BSc Eco pros and cons. So I don't see any con for BSc Eco as such. Uh, See, if I would have been a student, I would study BSc Economics. I would study economics under graduation, and probably an MBA at post graduation level, and that's my personal choice. Okay. Is liberal arts a good degree to choose? Absolutely. I think I answered. Does IMS have a free mock? Yes. So when you log into, so we have one free mock for Indore, Rohtak, SCT and NPAT, GIPMAT. Yeah, one free mock of each. You can log into IMS at the IMS zero fee program and you can take the IMS mocks which are freely available. What is good score for BBA Finance and the School of Entrepreneurship Management? BBA Finance somewhere around 62 to 63 marks. How much should I get to clear Mumbai campus for a BBA program? BBA program, Mumbai campus, anything in the range of 68 to 70 plus in an IMS mock is considered to be a good score. Which option is more reputed and a popular integrated BBA or a regular BBA? I would suggest to go with the integrated BBA. And if you feel that, I mean, if you are getting a better college after third year, probably you can take an exit after 3 years. Is it worth to go NMIMS Mumbai for BBA since the batch size is 720 and it's BBA at the end of the day? So it's a personal choice, you know. So almost 55 to 60% of the students they come to Mumbai campus, they are not from Mumbai. Okay, so almost close to 60% students they come from outside Mumbai, and I think probably that number would be more than 60 also, you know, definitely not less. 60, 65% of students they are from outside Mumbai. If you look, if you keep the top few IIMs apart, there are so many students who don't select the lower rung IIMs and they select NMIMS Mumbai. I also know some of the students who did not opt for NMIM IPM Indore program, and I know in fact two students last year and three students last to last year who did not select IIM Indore. They selected NMIMS for a BSc Finance program. Okay, some one student also opted for NMIMS BBA program. So NMIMS Mumbai campus has its reputation, has its brand value. They give you a placement 8 lakh, 10, 9 lakh. The highest goes around 15, 16 lakhs per annum. So, and you get a good profile to start with. So, why not? Uh, how is the fintech course in NMIMS? I would say not bad. Obviously, it is not one of the top three program in NMMS Mumbai campus, but doing much better in terms of the value, providing value to the student because we are in touch with the student and they are very happy with the curriculum and the learning that they are getting. So yes, it's good. Would integrated BBA, normal BBA taught together? No, they are not. Is normal BBA with majors and minors a good course? If not, why? It's a good course. Absolutely. Why not a good? I mean, see, understand if you're not very sure that what you want to do, or if you are sure that MBA ही करना है life में, management में, if you want to do that, then you know start with BBA. There's nothing. There's no one going to stop you, harm you. There's no cons of selecting a BBA. You know, rather I would say you will get an opportunity to learn everything, explore everything in the first 2, 3 semesters, and then select your specialization. I always keep on telling that if you're not sure what you want to do, then go for a generalized program, which is BBA or a BMS. Yeah. Just would you say NMIMS is the best private university for finance? Could you suggest some other private university too? Sahid Sukhdev BBA FIA program is one of the best. Okay, Sahid Sukhdev BBA FIA and NMIMS BSc Finance curriculum is almost same. Uh, so these are the two best for finance in India. Just in case if I not crack IPMAT, so NMIMS is a good option or not absolutely good option. Because I heard a lot of things that NMIMS is not good college. किसी को भी admission हो जाता है, which people no, absolutely that's not the case. That is absolutely I would say rumor. Probably being in Mumbai, I have not come across cases where student get admission on a random basis or someone mentioned about that get the admission basis of donation. I haven't come across such cases. Could there be a PI for integrated BBA? They haven't announced in their brochure this year. So 99.9% chances are bleak. Say score for integrated BBA, we discussed 82 to 83 plus in the IMS mock is considered to be a good score. Last mile to BBA was on 13th. What is going to be covered since my board exams are still on. Just wondering if it will be beneficial. So the offline session will definitely not be recorded. We will also do an online session. Probably the board exams are going on. So your child can attend the online session in the month of April. Ashoka or NMIMS for economics, I would. It's a very difficult choice. Okay. Uh, Both the programs are equally good. Uh, Maybe I would rank NMIMS slightly better because being in the financial capital of the country, the opportunity that the student will get will be immense here. But I will not take anything away from Ashoka. The Ashoka economics program is fabulous. Okay, it is known. Ashoka is known for economics and economics major as an economics and finance as an interdisciplinary major. No doubt in that. Okay, uh, placement wise, Ashoka has also been doing a great placement. So if you're looking for an integrated program, major minor or interdisciplinary major, then no doubt Ashoka, because in NMIMS you will not get that option of major minor. Yeah. Maybe if you get convert both of them, we can have a discussion on one-on-one basis, depending upon where do you stay, where what career you want to make it, and with respect to everything. As I said, it's a tough call. If it would have been anything else, I would have been able to answer. But NMIS Ashoka, it's a very tough call. NMIMS is good option if I want to do MBA abroad. So is it well reputed in foreign? Absolutely yes. NMIMS is reputed in the foreign countries. I am a PCM student and I want to study BBA. So is option BBA general perfect course? Absolutely. You should be doing BBA and not do BSc Finance or BSc Economics because you don't know what is finance, economics or everything. So you should go for a generalized program, BBA or a BMS. What is a good score for BBA FinTech in Mumbai? Anything which is in the range of 62, 62-ish should be considered to be a good score. 62 plus in IMS form. How does NMIMS give internship? Do we have to find? So they help you with the internships. If we register for phase two, is it more difficult? And if we do, it should. If we register for phase two, is it more difficult? And if we do it, should we register right now itself? So if you want to register for phase two, you can register later also. Uh, you should register in the second phase, not right now. Is it difficult? I would not say it will be difficult because it will depend upon number of seats that they are going to give open for phase one or phase two. Let's say if there are equal number of seats open, then yes, phase one student will have an advantage because lesser number of students will be writing in phase one. If I want to do a foreign MBA, would NMIMS add? Absolutely, NMIMS brand will add a lot of value to it. If a student provided with any practical learning or just traditional learning? No, no. NMIMS absolutely, it is. I mean, the learning is through the case study approach. How to increase score in IMS mocks if scoring the range of 70 and targeting integrated BBA MBA course? Riyaj, again, as I mentioned some time back, it will completely depend upon where you are going wrong, what your sectional breakup, how much time you're spending on a particular section. 70 is considered to be a good score. Now, from scoring, see, the effort that you would have taken to score 70, I would say an equal effort would be required, or maybe slightly lesser effort would be required to score from 72, from your score to grow from 72 to 82 plus. Okay. Will there be more sim NPAT? No, there will be only 12 mocks. Does NMIMS guarantee placement? No, no college in India guarantee a placement. They only help you, they assist you in placement on bringing companies on placement on campus. No one guarantee you anything. How to do admission for phase one work? How do the admission of phase one work? Would the result be announced by April for the final admission? They have mentioned that the result will be applied by 15th or 16th, 17th April is the date that they have mentioned it, right? How do the admission? I think I answered this. For sir, my NPAT exam is on 29th March, and my VRC and LR is better, but currently feels like weak in con section. Can you please help me? Where should I focus and clear this? So as I discussed the topics, focus on those topics because they. So data interpretation around 8 question you will definitely get it. Okay. Permutation, combination, probability, statistics, trigonometry, arithmetic and numbers. A focus on this area, you should be able to get easily 25 plus questions from this topic. Just focus on this topic. I think you have close to almost around 22 days for your exam. Should be manageable. Should we register and give an paper right now for NPAT and then take two attempt, re-attempt later after preparing more? You can do that, or you can write all the three attempts later. I mean, choice is yours. Depend upon how do you want to take it up. Yeah, I think we have answered all the questions, and I mean, so we'll wait for 30 more seconds for if there are any queries which are left unanswered. Otherwise, I have reached at the end and answered all the questions. So, okay. I don't think any other questions coming in. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone for attending this session. And if you have any queries, you can comment. Probably if you're watching the session after the session gets over, you can comment on this video, and our team will revert you within 24 hours. Someone will reply to your comment in 24 hours. So thank you everyone for attending session, and all the best